Hi folks, welcome back to the Model 3 Man channel. And what is this behind me? Well, the answer is very simple. Janine is absolutely sick and tired of seeing my ugly desk and all the crap I have lying on it. And she decided, along with my daughter, it was time for a renovation. So we're in the middle of it right now. However, we're getting close to the end. And in one of the upcoming episodes, I'll give you a tour of the new premises, show you some of the time-lapse videography, and you can see what we had to go through to get this done. In the age we live in right now with smartphone development, there are very few smartphones that cannot charge wirelessly. But in contrast to that, there are very few cars that have wireless charging built in as a default capability. Even Tesla is no exception. We do not have the ability to wirelessly charge in the current models that are out. So if you want to be able to put wireless charging into the car, you're going to have to use one of the third-party companies that create wireless charging pads specifically for the Model 3. For a few months now, I've had a wireless charging pad in the car. I've not been satisfied with it. The surface is very slippery. It's not very well designed in terms of fitting properly into the space and blending in. A few weeks back, someone from Nomad contacted me and asked if I'd be interested in reviewing the Nomad wireless charging pad designed specifically for the Model 3. Whenever people approach me to review products, I always tell them, you have to take the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, that I discover when I review it. And on that condition, I'm always happy to review products. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to take a look at the contents. We're going to take it down to the car and install it and see what that involves. And then, of course, we're going to look at a comparison between this particular charging pad and some of the others that are on the market. So you'll have the opportunity to see just how this one stacks up and compares with some of the others. I've got to give Nomad their due. The packaging is great. Box is very solid, attractive, but it's what's inside that counts and not what's on the outside. It does say here, wireless charger made for Tesla Model 3, and of course that's important. So when we open the box, this is the charging pad, and it comes with two USB-A connectors. These are going to go into the car's USB connector ports. We'll put that aside. What I do notice right away, as I'm just feeling it, is that it has tremendous grip. This is decent rubber, non-slip rubber, and very unlike my unsatisfactory current wireless charging pad. So you're not going to have the phone sliding around on this, and I love the feel of it. Then we have two splitters, and these can be very useful because if you're putting it into the single USB port of the car, you at least will have two USB connectors. One will of course be taken up by the wireless charge pad, but the other one can be then used for your own devices. So two splitters, and then here were the promised devices that will act as spacers. So if, for example, we took a spacer and lay it like that, that would allow a smaller phone to sit there in the right position to connect with the charging coil and allow charging to take place. Or perhaps we could put two of those there, and I could put my AirPods Pro case over here and have that charge, which I've not been able to do up to now. So spacers, if you need them, they're here. Let's go and take it to the car and see how easy it is to install, and then we can test how well it works. I've taken off the rubber mat that normally sits on the top of the flap here, and if I lift it up, you can see that down below I have the Jetta USB hub, which has two USB-C ports and two USB-A ports. It fits in nice and snug. It is, as I demonstrated in a previous upload, a very good fit and feels and looks just like it were made by Tesla. Now, if we were to use the splitters, we'd be able to put a splitter into there, and one of these could go to the charging pad and the other could be used for a USB device. It could be a flash drive, it could be something else. I don't actually need that because my flash drive, or should I say SSD drive, is hidden in that compartment, and there you can see it. So I do not need to save any ports. I have two USB-Cs if I need those. So I'm not going to use the splitters today. I'm simply going to take the wireless pad and I'm going to install it on top of the flap, take the two leads through those holes and plug them directly into there. So that would be a pretty simple operation. I'm just going to start by pushing them through. There it is, it's sitting. So obviously the next step is to plug these into the USB ports. So let's just do that here. Plug that one in there. Plug that one in there. And that's it. And pretty much that's installed. 30 seconds. This has a wonderful rubbery grip feel to it. Obviously we need now to test whether in fact it charges and whether everything's working. Close that. And there's our charging pad. So at this point here, you can see that I'm putting my iPhone XS Max into the left side of the charger, and the little light has come on, charging correctly. Now I'm looking at the right hand side, putting the phone onto that side, and once again you can see the light come on and it is charging. So I'm going to try and test the ability to charge my AirPods Pro case. I'll use the two spaces provided, and we can just put them together like that. And if I place the AirPods case over here, nope, light does not come on. The charging light does not appear. If I move it a centimeter up, yeah. So folks, if you're going to use this to charge your AirPods Pro, make yourself a spacer that's about that high. I've got it in line with the middle of that ridge, exactly in the middle of the ridge and out a little bit, and it comes on beautifully. So there we go. I just made a spacer and it works. Get yourself a box of XL breath mints, pop your AirPod charger on there, and you can see by the orange light it works. So you can see here that when the iPhone has a case on it, and this is one of the Moment cases, the lid does not close. But if I take the case off and the iPhone has no case in it, it closes quite nicely. It closes perfectly. I guess if you used a thin case, something like the Apple OEM case, it would probably close as well, but the Moment case is a little thicker and it just does not work. We're going to look at a comparison between this particular charging pad and some of the others that are on the market, so you'll have the opportunity to see just how this one stacks up and compares with some of the others. Having said that, I can honestly tell you that the speed of charging is a very minor aspect of the charging pad. For most of us, we're in that car a lot of the time. We're in that car commuting. We're traveling. We've got traffic around us. We've got lights. We've got stoplights. Anytime you're in that car, you're probably going to add 20 to 25% of the iPhone's charge at a minimum. So the actual speed is not as important as how well built it is. How accurately does the phone sit in position? Can it be used for AirPod charging cases? So the practicalities outweigh charging speed, in my opinion. It may not be your opinion. So take that into account. So here we are at the end of the installation. It's time to take a look at the pros and the cons as I see them. As of now, let's look at the construction, the build, and the functionality, and how easy it was to install. So on the pro side, number one, it is well built. I love that rubbery, grippy feel, the texture of the rubber. It enables your phone to sit without sliding, without being pushed back when you accelerate. It grips very, very well. Secondly, the actual build quality. Well, it's contoured. It fits perfectly into the allocated space. It reaches the edges, but it's contoured down, so it kind of slopes to the edge. Really well built, really solid, not flimsy in any way, and it looks well integrated. It looks like it was made by Tesla. A third pro is how easy it was to install. It was exactly what they said it would be. I laid the pad in position after feeding the 2 USB cables through the holes. I pushed them into my Jetta USB hub. You'll remember last week I reviewed the Jetta USB hub, which is, by the way, a fantastic device. I'm going to put the link down here again, and if you have not seen that review, go and look at it. To my mind, it's the best USB hub on the market built for the Model 3. So I simply plugged the 2 cables into the 2 USB-A slots on that hub, and it worked. That was it, nothing more. Now, if you're short of USB hubs, another pro is that it has 2 USB splitters from a single USB-A to 2 USB-A connectors. So by putting in the charging pad, you won't be losing any of your USB charging slots if you use those splitters. So what about the negatives? I had to think hard about that. And there's just one thing that I think some of the other chargers may do a better job at. And that is, what if you wanted to place your phone horizontally? You wanted it sideways. Well, you cannot do it in this charging pad. The one I currently had, the divider only goes down halfway, and therefore a horizontal phone will fit below it, which is nice. It's not essential. Honestly, you're not going to navigate by looking down at your phone in the phone storage space to watch Google Maps or to watch something else. We have the best possible mapping system on the computer screen. It's right there in front of us. So that's it for today, very short video. I just wanted to end by saying I've been very encouraged by the number of people subscribing to the channel. You know, as a YouTuber, your subscribers are the bread and butter of your existence. I have not got Patreon supporters. I don't think I'm at the position where I have enough subscribers and I can offer them enough, but I get revenue out of the ads as people watch the videos. And if you're new and you wandered into here by accident or by YouTube referral, please do go down below and just hit subscribe, hit the notify bell, and then whenever we upload content, you'll be aware of it. And for those of you out there that are thinking of getting into a brand new Tesla, Model X, Model 3, Model S, and soon to be the Model Y, please feel free to use my referral code. The referral code is an idea Tesla came up with. You use the referral code of an existing owner, you get 1,000 free miles or 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging. I get the same benefit at my end. So it benefits me, it certainly benefits you. Don't buy a new car without at least using somebody's referral code. Mine is here if you would like to use it. Thanks again for visiting the channel. Thanks for watching my content. Browse through the other episodes that I have. Look out for yourself. Look out for your Tesla. Drive sensibly, and we'll see you in the next video.